In this video, we are going to talk about why Rank and Rent digital real estate is the business of the future. It is the business of the future. I'm going to list a number of reasons why I believe this, and I'm going to let you guys take that information. And I don't want you to just believe me. I want you to critically think about it. I want you to prove me wrong and show me a business model that checks more boxes than this one. I'm always open to that. I don't want you to just to believe me. I always say this because if you believe me, you're going to believe the next bozo that's coming and saying whatever the heck they're saying. And there's a lot of wild people out there. So I want you guys to take this information and not just believe me, but critically think about the points that I'm going to cover. Now, for those that don't know, really simply, just so you guys, we're all on the same page, Rank and Rent digital real estate is the business model of building simple websites, simple niche websites in local markets, right? Markets that they're not huge tier one markets, although they can be. And they're in their niche websites. So they're tree service, concrete, spray foam insulation, duct cleaning, mainly home services, but it also works for other things like crime scene cleanup, like there's one I'm testing right now, mobile IV therapy. I just heard of somebody doing jet ski rental. So there's different niches that you can test this out on and that works for. But this is the model where we build these websites, we rank them on Google, and the leads, the phone calls that come off, we take those phone calls. That is our product. That is that is the gold. We take that, we call a local business owner, we put a deal together, we forward all the calls to that local business owner that actually does the work, and we take a cut. We take a flat fee. At least the way that I do it. I'm not into pay per lead. I'm not into commission deals. I'm into you pay me the same every month or week or however you want to do it. I don't do per lead. I do per month. And there are tons of reasons why I do that. I've got more videos on that in this channel. But guys, that is the business model. It is as semi-passive as you can get. It is as scalable as you can get. It is, you can do it from anywhere. And the most important thing I'm going to be covering in this video. So guys, here's my reasoning. This is me critically thinking about this for the last 7 years. And as every time I hear a new business model, I don't just write it off. I ask questions. I look into it. I talk to people that are in it. And I am the first one to tell you that any business model that you stick to, that you learn the ins and outs of, that you really, you get rid of everything else, all the other distractions, you say, this is my business model, you can be successful. You can. And the problem is people don't do it long enough. So I'm not saying that you can't be successful with other business models, but I'm just saying that if you're looking for the most upside, if you're looking for the most upside for the least amount of work, that perfect balance, or that business model where you could do work once and get paid again and again and again, this is it. So reason number one is because the internet is not going anywhere. So anytime we're talking about the perfect business model, the business model of the future, I don't think anyone will disagree on this point. It has to include online. It has to have that component. Now, could it have the brick and mortar? Yes, but I would argue with anyone that tells me that the business model of the future is not online. So number one is the internet is not going anywhere. We've gotten to the point where people now realize, okay, it's here to stay. It is not a fad. And this is something that people realized 5, 10, 15 years ago. But now it's really just kind of, it's not really a talking point. But number one is the internet is not going anywhere, okay? Number two, small businesses, which are the people that we target, the people that we help most often. Now, I have worked with massive companies that venture capital backed companies that have funding, that have massive companies, 500 million plus companies. That is not the norm. That is the exception, not the rule. Small businesses is who we work with. Timmy and Jack and Frank and Carol and Sophie. Okay, and Julie. These are the people that we work with, is the small businesses. They're what make up America, but they also make up many other countries, okay? Small businesses are not going anywhere. In fact, we're seeing more and more. And what you'll see, at least from everything that I understand, is as recessions happen, as economies start to shift, people start to realize like they got to take their own future into their own hands. And so you see an uptick in people starting their own businesses. So I don't believe personally, and the data, that small businesses are going anywhere. Reason number three, all businesses, but specifically small businesses, the lifeblood of these businesses is leads. Leads are the lifeblood of small business, especially. It's also the lifeblood of any business. Businesses have to have leads to survive. If you don't have leads, you don't have work. If you don't have work, you go out of business. If you want to increase your business, if you want to increase your profits, you need more customers. Do you want more customers? You need more leads. Leads, we've heard this, it's a cliche saying, but leads are the lifeblood of every single business, and especially small businesses, from the plumber to the duct cleaner to the carpet cleaner to the towing company to the concrete guy. They have to have leads. And reason number 4 is that owning assets that generate recurring semi-passive income. I'm going to be very careful and say semi-passive because nothing is truly passive, but owning assets that generate semi-passive income is the only way to actually build long-lasting and real wealth. And people are starting to understand this. I've said this quote many, many times. There's a guy named Naval Ravikant, and he's got a book. It's a phenomenal book. And he talks about this in his book. It's How to Get Rich Without Getting Lucky. It's this Twitter storm that he did. He's famous for doing. One of the rules, one of the laws of getting rich, and if you read this and you really just think and internalize these laws, these are actual laws of getting rich. He states one of them, and this is my favorite one. He says, in order to get rich, I'm going to be chopping this up a bit, but basically he says, in order to get rich, you must own part of a business. You must own assets, is essentially what he's saying. And I would add onto that, in order to get there faster, in order to get there the most painless way possible, you need to own assets that create and produce recurring semi-passive income. Guys, in order to build that wealth, you can go make a lot of money doing a lot of things. I made a lot of money selling door to door. There's people listening to this. Maybe you have a job, a 9 to 5. Maybe you're on Wall Street. And if you're listening to this, there's a reason why. Maybe you are a medical salesman, a medical device salesman, or maybe you sell stuff for Big Pharma, whatever, right? You understand you can make a lot of money doing a lot of different things, but in order to build big money, big business, big empires, you have to do something that has assets attached, because if you don't, you are just trading time for dollars. And although you may be making more for your time, it is still a formula that is broken, and it'll eventually fail you. Maybe you'll get sick. Maybe something will happen. Maybe you'll burn out. It is not something that is scalable because you are a human being, and human beings are not perfect. We have to incorporate that component of assets with semi-passive recurring income. And if you look at all the business models out there, show me in the comments another business model that checks all the boxes that this one does, especially that is asset-based and has recurring semi-passive income. Asset-based recurring semi-passive income. There's other business models out there that are online. There's other business models out there that are scalable. There's other business models out there that you can do from anywhere. I get it. There's other business models out there that don't require a ton of capital to get started, but show me another one that has assets, that's asset-based, and it has recurring semi-passive income. You show me that business model today, I will go test it out. And if it's better than this, I will change the entire channel and we will focus on that. But guys, I'm telling you, this is the business model of the future. Rank and Rent digital real estate. If you're not doing it yet, you better check it out. You better grab my free training. Go watch, there's 7 to 8 videos. Go see if it's for you. Because I'm telling you right now, I understand if you're in a 9 to 5, your boss loves you. Your boss is going to take care of you until, right? Everyone's got the greatest boss in the world. They wouldn't do it. Oh, not me, not my boss. Yeah, until it comes down to you or them. And then we'll see what they really think. Then we'll see who really cares. Get started today. It is the greatest business model on the internet, and it is the business model of the future. I'm out.